In the arena of modern warfare, where agility meets firepower, one class of vehicle stands at the forefront, commanding both respect and fear: infantry fighting vehicles. From urban landscapes to rugged terrains, these armored beasts are the backbone of ground forces, offering unmatched versatility, mobility, and lethal firepower. But what makes these machines so formidable? Join us as we delve deep into the heart of infantry fighting vehicles, exploring their evolution, capabilities, and the critical role they play in modern warfare. From protecting infantry squads to delivering devastating blows to enemy forces, infantry fighting vehicles epitomize the fusion of advanced technology with combat prowess. The CV-90 is a highly versatile Swedish infantry fighting vehicle designed to tackle the harsh Scandinavian landscape. It has spawned a family of IFVs, the most recent of which has been used to help Ukrainian efforts in defending their country. For almost 30 years now, it's been the jewel in Sweden's military crown, and there's no sign of this IFV going anywhere soon. In fact, it's likely we'll see the next iteration of the vehicle in the next few years. Let's take a look at this Swedish fighting machine. In the early 80s, during the Cold War, the Swedish Army sought versatile vehicles with mobility, air defense, anti-tank capability, and high survivability. The Stridsfordon 90 project group, comprising Swedish Armed Forces, FMV, and contractors like Hägglunds and Bofors, developed the CV-90. Hägglunds later became part of BAE Systems. Prototypes were ordered in 1986 and tested extensively until 1991, leading to specialized variants. Deliveries began in 1994, with subsequent iterations tailored for specific missions. The latest version, CV-90 Mark IV, resulted from BAE Systems' R&D program, incorporating feedback from 7 user countries. Launched in September 2017, it boasts advancements in mobility, protection, and firepower. The construction is of all-welded steel armor. This basic armor can stop attacks against 14.5mm armor-piercing rounds. The armor protection over the frontal arc is classified, but all models from CV-90 and later are said to be protected against 30mm armor-piercing, fin-stabilized discarding sabot ammo. This CV-90 has a crew of 3. This includes the driver, commander, and gunner. The rear part of the hull, which is home to troops being delivered, can accommodate up to 8 infantrymen. These are seated 4 on each side, facing each other, with an anti-blast seat for each soldier. These troops enter and leave with a large hydraulic ramp in the rear of the hull. For further protection, the Mark IV can be equipped with an active protection system. To power the 37-ton tank, the CV-90 has an impressive engine. It's an improvement on previous designs, with the Mark IV capable of up to 1,000 horsepower from its engine and the latest upgraded X300 heavy-duty transmission. The torsion bar suspension of the vehicle has 7 dual rubber-tired road wheels on each side, a drive sprocket at the front, and an idler at the rear with no track return rollers. A track tension adjusting system is fitted as standard on the CV-90, which lets the driver adjust both tracks at once without the need to move. If needed, the IFV can be equipped with SUSI-type rubber band tracks. These are lighter and quieter while also providing greater range, reducing vibrations, and increasing protection against fire and mine blasts. Borsuk IFV. The Borsuk IFV emerged from the NB-PWP Borsuk, or New Infantry Amphibious Fighting Vehicle Borsuk development program, initiated in October 2014. This program began when a contract was signed between the NCBR and a consortium led by Huta Stalowa Wola SA. The aim was to develop a new IFV. The vehicle features the ZSSW-30 unmanned turret developed by a consortium of HSW and WB Group. The first technology demonstrator of the Borsuk IFV was unveiled at the MSPO 2017 exhibition, with a refined version shown a year later. In September 2020, the prototype successfully completed extensive military hands-on trials at the Dravsko training ground, including firing tests. Preparation of the technical documentation for future production began simultaneously. In April 2022, NCBR commissioned the construction of 4 additional prototypes, raising the development cost to 262.06 million Polish zloty, with 242.2 million Polish zloty, or 58.7 and 54.3 million US dollars respectively at that time, financed by the NCBR. In November 2022, presentation and familiarization tests of the Borsuk took place at the Orzisz training ground, attended by Polish Minister of National Defense Mariusz Błaszczak, HSW officials, and the media. It was announced that qualification trials would be completed by mid-2023, and the 16th Mechanized Division would be the first recipient of the new vehicle. Additionally, other types of ATGMs would be integrated with the ZSSW-30 turret, and the Borsuk chassis would serve as a base for specialized vehicles. On February 28, 2023, the Armaments Agency, the procurement agency of the Polish MOD, signed a framework agreement with Huta Stalowa Wola for the delivery of 1,000 Borsuk IFVs and 400 auxiliary variants based on the same chassis. These variants include combat reconnaissance vehicles, command vehicles, armored recovery vehicles, medevac vehicles, and NBC reconnaissance vehicles. Borsuk will thus become a new fighting platform for the Polish Armed Forces, often referred to in Polish sources as UMPG, or Universal Modular Tracked Platform, not to be confused with the Anders platform, also referred to as UMPG. During a meeting of the Standing Subcommittee for the Polish Defense Industry and Technical Modernization of the Polish Armed Forces, or OBNO5S, on July 6, 2023, Colonel Peter Pawluk estimated the price of the Borsuk type with the ZSSW-30 turret at 36 million Polish zloty, around $9.2 million as of 2020. The first IFVs are expected to be delivered in 2024, auxiliary vehicles in 2026, with the whole program to be completed by 2035. Bradley. The M2 Bradley, or Bradley IFV, is an American infantry fighting vehicle manufactured by BAE Systems Land and Armaments, which was formerly United Defense. One specific design requirement was that it should be as fast as the new M1 Abrams main battle tank, so that they could maintain formations while moving, something which the older M113 armored personnel carrier could not do, as it had been designed to complement the older M60 Patton. The main role of the M2 was to provide protected transport for infantry squads into close contact with the enemy. It offered a significantly higher level of protection for the dismounts than the M113 armored personnel carrier. The M2 Bradley has a welded aluminum armor hull, and the front arc has a spaced, laminated aluminum and steel armor construction. This vehicle is armed with a two-man turret fitted with a 25mm dual-fed Bushmaster chain gun. At the time of its introduction, the Bradley was the first infantry fighting vehicle with a fully stabilized main gun. The gun fires both armor-piercing and high-explosive rounds, and there is a TOW anti-tank guided missile launcher loaded with 2 missiles. These missiles have a range of 3,750 meters, and the M2 can carry an additional 7 rounds. The Bushmaster chain gun is a single barrel with integrated dual-feed mechanism and remote feed section. Normal rate of fire is 100 or 200 RPM with a possible single-shot selection, but it can also change the type of ammunition with a simple flick of a switch. The original Bradley infantry fighting vehicle accommodated 3 crew members, commander, gunner, and a driver, plus 6 dismounts. KF-41 Lynx. Germans are world-renowned for their excellent engineering, and when Rheinmetall started drawing up plans for a new infantry fighting vehicle, the world stood up and took notice. After years of development, the Lynx is now starting to enter service. There are 2 main variants of this IFV, and the more recent one represents perhaps one of the heaviest and well-protected IFVs ever made. Let's take a close look at this military beast. Military operations are growing increasingly complex and hard to predict. This makes a completely new vehicle concept important to keep up with an ever-changing battlefield. As a result, the Lynx was developed to be highly adaptable. The first Lynx, known as the KF-31 IFV, was introduced in 2016. The letters KF in the designation stand for Kettenfahrzeug, or tracked vehicle. In 2018, an improved Lynx KF-41 was first shown to the public. It's a slightly larger vehicle that can accommodate more troops and has a more powerful engine. The KF-41 Lynx is longer than the earlier version. The KF-31 measures 7.22 meters, whereas the KF-41 Lynx measures 7.73 meters. It also weighs in at 44 tons, which is 10 tons more than the KF-31. The KF-41 has been designed to offer a new generation of tracked armor, offering modularity and a high level of protection. The feature at the heart of this vehicle's design concept is the separation and modularity of the vehicle into 2 parts: the basic vehicle and specialist mission and role equipment. This design approach combines the functional, cost, and through-life advantages of a modular structure and the weight, space, and cost advantages of integral hull design. In 2018, the Lynx KF-41 variant was presented with a Lance 2.0 turret, the next generation of the in-service Lance family, and has been developed to improve its suitability for an infantry fighting vehicle. Lance 2.0 has various enhancements that provide a troop of Lynx KF-41 vehicles with a very high level of organic capability. This allows troops to have a disproportionate effect on the battlefield. The next enhancement is the integration of the new Wotan 35 electrically driven 35mm cannon that fires Rheinmetall's proven and in-service 35 by 228mm ammunition family. Due to its larger caliber, the Wotan 35 delivers a longer range and deeper penetration. A 7.62mm coaxial machine gun is mounted to the left of the main armament. The Lance 2.0 turret also has two flexible mission pods fitted to the left and right of the turret that allow the installation of a variety of subsystems to give the turret a specialist capability. The turret can also be armed with the proven Rheinmetall 30mm cannon and one 7.62mm coaxial machine gun. The KF-31 Lynx has a power pack in the front of the hull, including a 1,140 horsepower Liebherr engine and a proven ranked transmission. The final drives are mounted in the front, and the idler sprockets with the track tensioners are mounted at the rear. The running gear has 6 road wheel stations per side, which guide a lightweight end connector track. The Lynx uses an advanced military suspension system, which is designed to withstand extreme forces, and the bump stops are engineered to reduce intense shocks. The propulsion system gives a max speed of 70 km per hour and an operational range of 500 km. The Lynx KF-41 was submitted for Australian and Czech procurement programs. In 2018, a single Lynx KF-41 was presented on a military parade in Qatar. However, the status of the Qatari vehicle is unclear. In 2020, the Lynx was selected by Hungary, and a total of 218 of these armored vehicles were ordered. These will be produced in Hungary by a joint venture. The first batch of 46 vehicles is planned to be delivered to the Hungarian military this year. The Lynx is expected to be picked up by armies the world over, as it is one of the most adaptable and powerful vehicles in its class.